Okay, I know what you're all thinking. Oh my god, another flipping video on the Miller's Falls hand vise. Well, kind of yes and no. The video, my video on the on this rather lovely hand vise was quite popular, got a lot of views and generated quite a few comments. And then of course Rob on his channel, on his new YouTube channel, he did a couple of videos on his one, and also on how he made the second side handle for his. Oh, and Rob, if you're watching, please note that my side handle now has a brass ferrule, which it didn't have to start with, but after seeing your excellent handle that you made for it, I just had to put a ferrule on mine. Anyway, on both my video and the ones that Rob did, there were a few comments, and I'd said in my video that I couldn't find a modern equivalent of this vise, and to a certain extent I still stand by that. But several people commented on my video and on Rob's video that RDG Tools made a similar vise, which you could buy today. You know, it's a brand new product. So I went and had a look at this, and I thought, well, you know, it doesn't really look an awful lot like this, you know, and then I was watching Rob's videos on the vise, and I thought, no, come on, put your bloody money where your mouth is. So I went and actually bought one, which we're going to have a look at in a minute in this box. They're not expensive. I think about £14 in UK, £14 sterling UK money. So they literally arrived today. So let's have it out of the box, and we'll compare the two. Right. So there it is. That is the RDG Tools 6-inch hand vise. Now, okay, yes, all right, it does look a little bit similar to the Miller's Falls one. Let's come back out again. But I mean, there are some significant differences. If you have a look at the jaws on this one, it has the little tiny V milled that way, and it has the little tiny V milled that way, so it has the same on the jaws as the jaws on that. But that's about it really, where the similarities end. In order for this vise to operate, now I'm gonna have to move the camera so I can actually use this and film at the same time. Right, so to use this one, basically it's quite crude. There is obviously a taper on here, and you basically screw the handle in and out, and it moves up and down that taper, and as you screw the handle out, the jaws open. As I said, this is literally the first time I had a chance to play with this, so let's have a look. So, well, you know, you can see two differences straight away between this one and the Miller's Falls one. First of all, it doesn't have a particularly large jaw opening. I mean that's about it. We're about at maximum there. Secondly, because of the action here, the jaws are not opening and closing parallel as they do on the Miller's Falls vise. There you go. You can see inside the jaws there. The V slots, most of it. That being said, this could still be used quite, you know, quite nicely for the sort of operation that I use the Miller's Falls vise for, which is to, you know, clamp small items in the jaws. And I'll tell you what, we'll actually get something. Let me get something to put in this. Right, so we've got a tiny little screw here, so I'll pop that in there. And What way am I doing it? Oh, yeah, soon up now. Yeah, and that's going to hold that fine, which is, you know, exactly what the same function for which I use the Miller's Falls one. But I mean, okay, that's fine. But I mean, really, this isn't a bad tool. I'm not saying that, or dissing it in any way, shape or form. But compared to the original, this is nowhere near as versatile. It's also considerably smaller in overall size, and it's just, well, it's just not as well made basically either. Yeah, so okay, obviously the Miller's Falls vise is considerably bigger. It has parallel opening jaws which open to a much greater extent. It has the provision for fitting a side handle or simply fitting this handle in the side and using it that way, which this one obviously doesn't have. So there you go. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think of this? You know, I'll be interested to see what people's thoughts are on this, and if anyone's got one and has used it. I mean, obviously there is another factor to take into consideration with this. In modern day terms, this is a very cheap tool, £14 for a hand vise. This would have been, I would imagine, considerably more expensive in its day when it was made. There's obviously a lot more work has gone into this than this. But anyway, I thought it would be nice to do a comparison and have a look at the two together, because many people have mentioned this tool. And I thought, well, you know, it's only fair, really, isn't it? I didn't, when I looked at the pictures on RDG Tools website, I didn't, you know, wasn't that impressed, and I'm not that impressed, to be honest with you. Yeah, now I've got the thing. But it's only fair because it has been mentioned by various people that I think this is the only modern sort of equivalent. I've certainly not been able to find any others. If anyone else knows different, then please let me know. But I just thought it would be interesting to do a side-by-side, the new and the old. And unfortunately, as is quite often the case, the old one tends to be the better one. Anyway, let me know what you think. Just a quick little video on this. Hope you found it interesting. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers.